In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. They ask you concerning the spoils of war. Tell them, the spoils of war belong to Allah and the Messenger. So fear Allah and set things right among you, and obey Allah and His Messenger if you are true believers. The true believers are those who, when Allah's name is mentioned, their hearts quake, and when His verses are recited to them, their faith grows, and who put their trust in their Lord, who establish prayer and spend out of what we have provided them. Such indeed are true believers. They have high ranks with their Lord, and forgiveness for their sins, and an honorable sustenance. Now, with regard to the spoils, the same situation exists as when your Lord brought you forth from your home in a righteous cause, while a party among the believers was much averse to it. They disputed with you about the truth after that had become evident, as if they were being driven to death with their eyes wide open. And recall when Allah promised you that one of the two hosts would fall to you, and you wished that the one without arms should fall into your hands. But Allah sought to confirm the truth by His words and to annihilate the last remnant of the unbelievers, so that He might prove the truth to be true and the false to be false, however much the evildoers might dislike it. And recall when you implored your Lord for help, and He responded to you, I will indeed reinforce you with 1,000 angels, coming host after host. Allah meant this as glad tidings, and in order that your hearts may be set at rest. For every help comes from Allah alone. Surely, Allah is Almighty, All-Wise. And recall when Allah brought on you drowsiness, giving you a feeling of peace and security coming from Him. And He sent down rain upon you from the sky, that He might thereby cleanse you and take away the pollution of Satan from you, and strengthen your hearts and steady your feet. And recall when your Lord inspired the angels, I am certainly with you. So make firm the feet of those who believe. I will cast terror into the hearts of those who disbelieve. So strike at their necks, and strike at every pore and tip. This is because they defied Allah and His Messenger. Whoever defies Allah and His Messenger must know that Allah is severe in punishment. That is your punishment from Allah. So taste this punishment, and know that the chastisement of the fire awaits the unbelievers. Believers, whenever you encounter a hostile force of unbelievers, do not turn your backs to them in flight. For he who turns his back on them on such an occasion, except that it be for tactical reasons, or turning to join another company, he shall incur the wrath of Allah, and hell shall be his abode. It is an evil destination. So the fact is that it was not you, but it was Allah who killed them. And it was not you when you threw sand at them, but it was Allah who threw it. And the believers were employed for the task, that He might cause the believers to successfully pass through this test. Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. This is His manner of dealing with you. As for the unbelievers, Allah will surely undermine their designs. Tell the unbelievers, if you have sought a judgment, then surely a judgment has come to you. And if you desist from disobedience, it is all the better for you. But if you revert to your mischief, we will again chastise you, and your host, howsoever numerous, will never be of any avail to you. Know well, Allah is with the believers. Believers, obey Allah and His Messenger, and do not turn away from Him after you hear His command. And do not be like those who say, we hear, though they do not hearken. Indeed, the worst kind of all beasts in the sight of Allah are the people who are deaf and dumb, and who do not understand. And had Allah known any good in them, He would surely have made them hear. But, considering what they are, even if He made them hear, they would have surely turned away in aversion. Believers, respond to Allah and respond to the Messenger when He calls you to that which gives you life, know well that Allah stands between a person and his heart, and it is to Him that all of you shall be mustered. And guard against the mischief that will bring punishment, not only to the wrongdoers among you. Know well that Allah is severe in punishment. And recall when you were few in number and deemed weak in the land, when you were fearful lest people do away with you, and then He provided you refuge, strengthened you with His help, and provided you sustenance with good things that you may be grateful. Believers, do not be unfaithful to Allah and the Messenger, nor be knowingly unfaithful to your trusts. Know well that your belongings and your children are but a trial, and that there lies a mighty reward with Allah. Believers, if you fear Allah, He will grant you a criterion and will cleanse you of your sins and forgive you. Allah is the Lord of abounding bounty. And recall how those who disbelieved schemed against you to take you captive or kill you or drive you away. They schemed and Allah also schemed. Allah is the best of those who scheme. And when our verses are recited to them, they say, "We have heard. We could, if we willed, compose the like of it." They are nothing but fables of the ancient times. And also recall when they said, "O Allah, if this indeed be the truth from you, then rain down stones upon us from heaven, or bring upon us a painful chastisement." But Allah was not to chastise them while you are in their midst, nor was Allah going to chastise them while they sought His forgiveness. But why should Allah not chastise them now when they are hindering people from the holy mosque, even though they are not its true guardians? For its true guardians are none but the God-fearing, though most of them do not know that. Their prayer at the house is nothing but whistling and hand-clapping. Taste, then, the chastisement for your denying the truth. Surely, those who deny the truth spend their wealth to hinder people from the way of Allah. They will continue to so spend until their efforts become a source of intense regret for them, and then they will be vanquished, and then these deniers of the truth will be driven to hell, so that Allah may separate the bad from the good, and join together all those who are bad into a pile, one upon another, and cast them into hell. It is they who are the losers.